Hey everyone, welcome to Setting Scale Garage. Today we're diving into a crucial topic for modelers: how to achieve a perfect finish on a resin model kit. Resin is a fantastic material, but it comes with its own set of challenges. If you don't follow the right steps, you might run into issues like brittle parts, paint adhesion problems, or loss of detail. In this video, I'll share 5 essential tips I use in my projects, and to show you, I'll be working on this Kitbox PCY Liberty Walk Silhouette Ferrari F40. So, if you're ready, let's jump into the first tip. Resin kits are made using silicone molds, and a release agent is used to help remove the parts from them. This greasy residue is the worst enemy of paint and glue. If you don't remove it properly, you'll face adhesion problems for sure. To clean them, you can use a specialized cleaner such as SSG Products Degreaser Silicone Remover. Just damp a cloth with the cleaner and gently rub the surface. Another option is using isopropyl alcohol or soaking the parts in warm water with a degreaser soap. Once washed, let them dry completely and inspect for mold lines or bubbles before moving on. For smaller parts, if you have the option, dip them in a container filled with cleaner and let your ultrasonic cleaner do the job. After the cleaning cycle, rinse the parts and they will be ready. I like to deepen the panel lines on the body with an engraving blade. 0.25mm blades will make good results, as in 1/24 scale it's equivalent to 6mm, or roughly a quarter of an inch, which is a realistic gap between panels in real life. By deepening these panels, you will make sure you won't cover them while clear coating. Although not everybody finds this step necessary, it's a good practice to prepare the surface of the body so the primer sticks better in the later stage. For resin bodies, I like using sanding sponges, as they are not so harsh on the edges and minimize any possible loss of details. Something like a 600 to 1000 grit is good enough, just so you break the smoothness of the surface. Resin models often have small imperfections from the casting process. Before priming, we need to fix them. PCY resin models usually come flawless, as good procedures are applied during manufacturing. Also, every kit is carefully inspected to find any issues with its parts. You never know though. Anyhow, I've simulated bubbles making several small holes with a drill bit for showing purposes. You can fill these holes with modeling putty or a mix of superglue and baking soda, which hardens quickly and sands easy. When the filler is hard enough, peel the most rising layers and sand until you see the hole completely flush with the rest of the surface. Another option, if the hole is not too big, is to use surface primers such as Tamiya's. Wait for it to dry and sand it all flush. You may need to repeat the process once or twice depending on the hole and the possible trapped air inside. In this case, that will be enough. Once all the defects are fixed, we can move on to the next step. To ensure the paint sticks properly to the resin, we need the right primer. The best options are spray primers or airbrush primers. For example, Tamiya Surface Primer or Mr. Surfacer 1500 Primer, being these the ones I use. Apply thin and even coats until all the surface is covered, and let dry completely between coats and before painting. Avoid applying heavy layers that can obscure fine details. And, very important, don't forget the hard to reach areas when priming the body or intricate shapes in other parts. Now it's time for paint. Depending on the finish you want, you can use acrylics, lacquers or enamels. For resin, automotive lacquers provide the best results but require a protective clear coat afterwards. As always, pay attention to hard to reach areas while painting. When painting, apply thin layers and let them dry completely between them. Avoid spraying too much paint at once, as it can create unwanted textures or react with the primer. Resin itself is very forgiving with this, so you can go slightly heavier than with plastic, but be careful anyway. Here, you can see the comparison between a wrongfully painted versus a rightfully painted body. To your left, you can see how the paint isn't uniform, accumulating on the edges. Meanwhile, to your right, you can see how the paint is uniform all over the body, leaving a more pleasing effect to the eye. After this, for the best finish on car bodies, you can apply automotive-grade 2-component clear coat, such as SSG Products 2K bundle. Check the how-to video about 2K in my channel. Once all the parts are completely ready and the paint is fully cured, it's time for assembly. You must use the appropriate glue for each part. You can use either super glue or CA glue for smaller delicate parts, or epoxy glue for stronger joints. However, CA glue usually is good enough for all the assembly. For final touches, headlights, windows, or other clear parts, use a specific glue for transparent plastic. You can research the best available option for you. And there you have it. 5 essential tips for achieving a perfect finish on a resin model kit. If you follow these steps, you'll see a huge improvement in your builds. Now, tell me in the comments, do you have any special techniques for working with resin? Don't forget to like if you found this video helpful, subscribe for more content, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. See you in the next project. Bye!